So today there's a very new situation, a first with Sirga, and that is her tracking collar is not working at all. What basically happened is that she has two collars. One is the one that I bought for her initially, and the second one is one that was sent by a research group to test a new device, which some of you that have been following longer would know about. But the one with the new device for testing, I've just taken back to Gaborone so that data can be downloaded and sent away so that they can, test their stuff. So I've put the old collar back on, which was never a problem, and last time I took it off it worked perfectly well, but there is a possibility that it's being switched off and on with a little magnet that sticks onto the collar. And I have a feeling maybe the magnet had moved a bit and the switch was actually on, which means the collar would have been in the office sending all the time while it's not getting any reception, and then I think it might use even more battery. And it's been more than a year since I last used it. So basically that means there's a chance it's got a completely empty battery and Sirga's walking around with a collar on that's not at all working. So, I mean, the wild lions are around. They made a kill last night very close to my place. That's the reason I have the rifle here with me again, because I don't know where they are. Nobody had time to go check Sirga's reserve or the fences yet so that we would have an idea where the wild lions are right now. And I'm at the point where I left Sirga yesterday. She's now at least 18 hours ahead of me. And yeah, that means she could be anywhere, really. She's not home, unfortunately. That would have been easy. We've just come past the waterhole. She's not at the waterhole. And I'm just going to pick up her track, and my hope is that she didn't go far, that she maybe managed to make a kill that would be perfect, and I find her with some food. Then I could bring her home. She would be full and happy anyways, and she could spend time at home while I get the collar fixed. I have a spare battery for it, which should last another 3 or 4 years. This is the first time that happened. I've never had an empty battery. We had situations before where, because of the positioning of the collar or the way she was sleeping on it, or just maybe crazy weather, the signal didn't come, but it would just be like once or twice, not for 18 hours. It's missed so many points now and it's definitely not working. So I'm just going to try and walk on Sirga's tracks. On top of everything, it was very windy and rainy last night, so all the tracks look very worn. It'll be super difficult tracking. And even in tracking, to be honest, when we did training 15, 16 years ago, we were always told that if a track is older than 12 hours, don't even bother. And this is for wild lions. Now Sirga's is 18, she could be almost anywhere, and I'm just gonna stop talking and get going so that hopefully I can find her before sunset and bring her home just to be safe. It's really making me a bit nervous. This has never happened, that I'm not able to see that she's moving. Normally I check every few hours. I can see, okay, Sirga is moving, which means she's alive, and if she's stationary I would go check. Now I have no idea. It's been 18 hours and I am a bit worried. It has taken me probably 20 minutes just to find a footprint, and so you get an idea of how it looks like. I mean, here's the sand. There's a whole bunch of prints. Just for reference, this is how my own fresh footprints look like. And this thing here, pretty blurred in the sand, that is Sirga's track right there from yesterday. So it's really not going to be easy. I might just have to pick a general direction that I know she was heading for yesterday evening and hope that I pick up a fresher track somewhere, because after all the rain and everything that's gone on top here, and then tracking that through grass and possibly herds of animals that would have walked on top, it's really going to be difficult. And given the 18 hours of her being ahead of me, I have no idea how I'm supposed to catch up with her. So I will keep calling for her while I'm walking, and just hope that I find her quickly. Sirga! Hey! Where are you? I managed to follow Sirga's tracks for a few kilometers, but I got to an area where the rain was just far too much. It must have rained more there, possibly more wind. And that means I could not continue on the tracks. It was just impossible because it was also slowing me down. It was enough to give me a general direction though. And I'm just going to continue into that general direction to try and look for her. It's really windy as well right now, which means even fresh tracks, should I come across them, will blow over pretty fast. Bad weather for trekking on foot, that old school way, and yeah, really bad timing for the trekking collar to fail as well. But you know, I always worry so much. I mean, at the end of the day, Sirga's been spending years outside and I always monitor her, but nothing bad has ever happened. So I'm not really that concerned, but of course I would like to know where she is and get the collar working, just so that if something bad happens, we are there to help. And over the years there have been incidences where that's been necessary. So that's why I'm worried, and could become a very long day. I'm just going to continue calling so that if she's nearby, she'll hear my voice, which will definitely make her come running. So I've walked about, I don't know, maybe 10 kilometers now. A lot of it very slow because of the tracks that are disappearing. And I just went by the wind direction and other like animal tracks that I could find. And now I have found tracks from Sirga. That's how it looks like in the clear road. These ones here, that's the part where it's very clear and visible again. And yeah, so I'm glad I'm back on her tracks. I can now see she slept here for a while. We're right on the top boundary towards KD15, the large wildlife area. Yeah, and I can see Sirga kept going after she took a break. The tracks are still very old here, but there's less wind on them than the other ones, just some rain. So I'm definitely heading in the right direction. It's super hot now. I'm getting a little exhausted. It's probably, I don't know, I would say 35 degrees in the shade. Definitely a lot hotter here in the sun. Thankfully I remembered sunscreen this morning. Yeah, and now I'll just continue. The tracks are still quite faint in places, so I'm just gonna go by my gut. I thought that this is what she was doing. Once I hit the boundary on top here, I just turned into the direction that the wind was coming from, which is generally where the animals move. I know she's ahead of me now. I know she didn't come home. Home is about 12-kilometer walk along the boundary. So hopefully I'll just pick up fresher tracks, or maybe she'll just come running because she can hear me calling. But soon my voice will be gone. I've been calling for the last few hours. But anyways, that's what we gotta do, and I just can't wait to see her again. Okay, I'm coming close to a corner where Sirga really likes to hang out, and what's happened now is I've got her very old track here, and this track from the vehicles, and then you can see a much fresher one here. Both of these are Sirga, which means she's doubled up. The one is a lot fresher than the other, and that actually means I caught up a bit now. So I'll just keep calling and hope that she's just somewhere here nearby. Yeah, so I'm really glad that I've got the fresher track, and I just want to show you the comparison again. So here we got Sirga's tracks. That's the track, and this was from late at night before the rain really came. You can see all the raindrops are on top of this. And then we got, in comparison, the fresher track here, which is from this morning. There's almost no raindrops on top of it, of the actual track, but a lot of raindrops outside. And it's printed so deeply and nice because when she walked here, the sand was still wet. So that means she's still quite far ahead of me. It is probably 2 o'clock. This would have been early morning, but I have caught up a lot finding this track. You can see if this was really fresh, like if you look at my track next to it in comparison, the sand just falls back together and doesn't stay firm like this. Same thing here, look at this beautiful firm track, like you put it in mud, it's perfect. And then I put my foot here and the sand looks like this. So that's a little bit how you or I can judge the ages on the tracks. So I know I'm within my 12-hour window where if this was a wild predator, I would say it's worth tracking it. I can find it because it was early morning. It was a cool morning with clouds, so that means she could have still moved a lot. Now it's super hot. If I get near her, there's no way she'll be on the move. So I am catching up no matter what. And yeah, I'm becoming quite confident now that I can find Sirga before it gets dark. Of course, what it also tells me is that Sirga did not make a kill along the way throughout the night. So if she did kill something, it would have been this morning and she's still on the way. So yeah, it's I get more and more information about what's been going on as I'm walking. Of course, I know she's still healthy this morning. Even if I should not find her now, I would already be quite relieved that I know what she was up to throughout the night. And then I could just hope that, you know, she would come home, because at the moment it's no different, besides me actually giving her a hug. Doing this, checking the tracks, knowing she's fine at some time in the morning, is no different than me going to see her after, you know, having seen the color. Sometimes I only use the drone. I see she's happy, she's healthy, and I leave her alone, and I check again the next day. So even if I don't find her now, I can go to sleep comfortably. And yeah, but of course I do hope that I still get to see her, because ideally we want to bring her home and make sure we get a collar working. So I finally found her. Only problem now is I just had to really stop her from charging me because I still got this backpack on. Okay, Sera, now we can. Yeah, she's also too hot to walk, but yeah, I just came across her. Hey, sweetie. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yes. Yes. Hey. Oh. Okay. Okay. Hey. Bloody hell. Good. Okay, now we take off the collar. Huh? Yeah. There. That's coming with me. Bloody stupid thing. Yeah, it cost me a whole day now. But it's nice. Good to have you back. Yeah. Good to have you back. And look at these flies. Maybe it's good you come home so I can give you your medicine for these things, huh? Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna go grab the backpack and that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll help you with the flies just now. Horrible, horrible things. Yeah. Yeah. It's a wake up time. Okay. Yeah. Got a scratch there. Yeah, wanna have a look again? It's here. Yeah. me just grab the camera. Yeah. I just want the camera. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're wondering why Sirga was making that smiley face just now, she's just noticed I have a scratch, and that's just her reaction using the Jacob's organ, doing a phlegm and grimace. And that's how she takes in more sense, another kind of smell, if you want, that we don't really have anymore, although in theory we have maybe the organ, but it's a mammal thing. We just don't know how to use it. But lions do, and that's why she makes that face. It's taking in scent through the top of her mouth, basically. But yeah, there's definitely no aggression, nothing evil if Sirga smells blood. So the story of predators and smelling blood and becoming crazy and evil and, you know, having killer instincts, it's really not true. Doesn't bother her at all. What do you want? No, we're not playing now. It's time to sleep. I think it's time to sleep. No. Yeah, the flies are horrible. I know. Is that what you want me to do? Not sleep? Yeah. Yes, I want to sleep. Yeah, what do you want? Are we going somewhere? Or you want to sit differently? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I just need to take the camera. So I made it home. It's been a hot walk. Yeah, warm day today. Still very windy, which helps a little bit. But yeah, good to be back. I'm right here at the entrance. Sirga is still, I would say, about maybe 500 meters behind me, which means she'll be here just now. I can actually see her now. Still far, won't get it on camera. But yeah, she's coming. She normally just greets me quickly, then she's gonna want to go inside, have water, she'll get her food. And I'll make the color work and get the second color sent over here so that she can go out again in a few days' time. I'm glad she got the exercise at least, and yeah, been quite some exercise for me too. We must have done, I would just guess, 15 to 20 kilometers, and it was a warm day. The trekking in the beginning was a long bit because I had to zigzag around and look for the tracks. coming back now was just along the cut line, which is the only roads we have here, but they're the easiest to walk on, just not so pretty along the fence. But I don't think Sirga cares that the aesthetics is just us or myself. Anyways, yeah, I need a shower. I'm really glad Sirga is safe and back. Yeah, second day for me home after Germany and second walk with Sirga. And I have so much work to catch up on in the office and stuff like that. Obviously, that didn't happen the last 2 days. So tomorrow is gonna be office day, which is Sunday. But yeah, we don't really have weekends or off days, so I'll spend the Sunday catching up. And at least I know that Sirga is safe at home, so I can focus on a few other things until the color is sorted out and she can go back out and do some hunting on her own.